The world watches as China's influence expands, creating friction with the United States. This ascent, driven by economic and military growth, has led to a complex relationship marked by cooperation and competition. Can these two powerful nations coexist peacefully, or are they destined for conflict? China's growing military might has raised concerns in Washington about its potential to challenge American dominance. From its expanding navy to investments in hypersonic missiles and AI, China's ambitions are clear. The South China Sea, a vital trade route, has become a flashpoint, with China claiming sovereignty over almost the entire region. The stakes are high and the potential for miscalculation is real. The decisions made by the US and China will shape the 21st century. The world is watching, and the stakes have never been higher. China's military is rapidly catching up with its economic might. Fueled by a desire to reclaim historical dominance, China has embarked on unprecedented military modernization. The People's Liberation Army, PLA, is embracing cutting-edge technologies, replacing outdated equipment with advanced weaponry. China's expanding naval fleet is transforming into a blue water force capable of projecting power far from its shores. With multiple aircraft carriers, China is challenging US Navy dominance in the Pacific. This modernization is about developing new doctrines and strategies to exploit US vulnerabilities. China's investment in cyber warfare, space warfare, and anti-access/area denial, a 2/AD capabilities, aims to keep US forces at bay. The world is taking notice of China's growing military prowess. The DF-21D anti-ship ballistic missile, dubbed the Carrier Killer, stands out in China's arsenal. Designed to target moving aircraft carriers, it poses a direct challenge to US naval dominance. The DF-21D's ability to strike US carriers from afar raises concerns about their vulnerability. This weapon changes the calculus, introducing new risks for US carrier strike groups. China's development of the DF-21D highlights its focus on asymmetric capabilities to counter US strengths. The anti-access/area denial, a 2/AD strategy, aims to create a protective bubble around China. The emergence of the DF-21D has sparked debate within US defense circles about the future of aircraft carriers. This debate underscores the impact of China's military modernization on US defense planning. The US is not standing idly by in the face of China's growing military might. The US is developing countermeasures and adapting its strategies to maintain its edge. This includes investing in advanced technologies and strengthening alliances. The US is accelerating its hypersonic weapons programs to counter China's capabilities. Beyond hypersonic weapons, the US is investing in directed energy weapons, AI, and cyber warfare. Strengthening alliances in the Indo-Pacific region is a key element of the US response. The US is deepening security ties with Japan, Australia, and India to create a formidable deterrent. By bolstering its network of allies, the US aims to counter Chinese aggression. Hypersonic missiles mark a paradigm shift in warfare, with unprecedented speed and maneuverability. These weapons, traveling at speeds exceeding Mach 5, challenge traditional defense systems. Hypersonic missiles are difficult to intercept, giving them a significant advantage in conflict. The US, China, and Russia are investing heavily in hypersonic research and development. This arms race has the potential to destabilize global security. The proliferation of hypersonic missiles raises concerns about miscalculation and escalation. The speed and maneuverability of these weapons increase the risk of accidents and unintended consequences. Clear communication and confidence-building measures are essential to manage these risks. A silent battle rages in the digital realm, with cyber warfare and information warfare emerging as critical battlegrounds. Cyber warfare includes espionage, sabotage, and disinformation campaigns. State-sponsored hackers infiltrate systems, steal information, and disrupt infrastructure. Information warfare manipulates perceptions and influences public opinion through propaganda and fake news. Social media platforms amplify these messages, making them potent tools. The interconnected digital world makes cyber warfare challenging to combat. Attacks can originate from anywhere, blurring the line between state and non-state actors. The US is strengthening its global network of alliances to counter China's influence. The Indo-Pacific region is a focal point, with the US deepening ties with Japan, Australia, and India. The Quad aims to promote a free and open Indo-Pacific and counter China's assertiveness. The US is also strengthening bilateral relationships with South Korea, Vietnam, and the Philippines. These partnerships are essential for maintaining regional stability and countering China's influence. Beyond the Indo-Pacific, the US is revitalizing relationships with NATO allies in Europe. By fostering a global network of partners, the US aims to create a united front against China's foreign policy. This strategic realignment reflects the understanding that no single nation can counter China alone. The US-China rivalry extends to economic and technological competition. Trade wars and investment restrictions highlight the deep economic interdependence between the two countries. The US and China are locked in a race for supremacy in emerging technologies like AI and 5G. The US accuses China of unfair trade practices and intellectual property theft. China accuses the US of seeking to stifle its technological rise. This competition has far-reaching implications for the global economy. The technological arms race shows no signs of abating. The psychological perceptions and national identities of the US and China shape their interactions. In China, a narrative of historical humiliation fuels a desire for national rejuvenation. In the US, there is unease about China's rise and its implications for American power. These differing narratives create mistrust and misunderstanding. Actions perceived as defensive by one side can be seen as provocative by the other. Open communication and cultural exchange are essential to bridge the gap in perceptions. Understanding each other's perspectives can prevent miscalculations and conflict. The US-China rivalry affects global stability, creating ripple effects worldwide. The economic fallout from the trade war serves as a reminder of global interconnectedness. Military competition in the Indo-Pacific raises concerns about an arms race and potential conflict. The ideological divide between the US and China complicates global governance. Both countries seek to promote their models of governance on the world stage. The stakes are high, and the potential for miscalculation is real. The future of US-China relations is uncertain, with challenges and opportunities ahead. Leaders in Washington and Beijing must manage their rivalry peacefully and constructively. Finding common ground on issues like climate change and pandemics can build trust. Open lines of communication and cultural exchanges are crucial to reducing misunderstandings. Establishing clear red lines and crisis management protocols can prevent escalation. The US-China relationship is the defining geopolitical challenge of the 21st century. By embracing diplomacy and managing differences responsibly, both nations can chart a stable future. The stakes are high, but cooperation can lead to a more prosperous world.